Hi, I'm Amy and welcome to my channel. I'm a manifestation and relationship mentor, and this channel is all about merging spirituality and psychology so you can manifest your relationship. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about inspired action and what my thoughts and beliefs on inspired action are. As usual, take it or leave it. This is just my advice. If you like this content, please consider subscribing to this channel and leaving this video a like so that other people have access to it. But let's dive into inspired action. The term inspired action comes from the Neville Goddard community, and he describes inspired action as action that is automatic or action that needs to happen to take you to your manifestation. And I often get asked, how do I know if something is inspired action? And people are so afraid of doing something wrong. They're so afraid of messing things up, and they're so afraid of taking the wrong step or the wrong turn and delaying things. So I want to give you another perspective on inspired action, which I'm hoping will help you when you're trying to manifest your relationship, or in fact, whatever you want to manifest. So in my opinion, all action is inspired action. All action is inspired action. All action that you take is a result of the state that you're in. So even if, you've been broken up with and you've sent someone an absolute wall of text begging for them to come back, that is inspired action. It's just inspired by the state of neediness and desperation. So it is still inspired action. It's just from the wrong state. When you take inspired action from the right state, that is what's going to lead you to your manifestation. But I want you to remember that any action you take is never wrong. It is never wrong. It's not going to delay things. It's not going to ruin things. It's not going to make your manifestation run away with someone else. It's not. It's just inspired action from that state. It's just a snapshot in time that can change. You can change your state. And sometimes what I've found is that I've taken the right action from the wrong state. So for example, I have sent text messages that are completely nice, that are what I needed to do, but it's from the state of desperation and neediness. And as a result of that, I didn't get the result that I wanted, but it wasn't anything to do with the action that I took. It was just because I was in the wrong state. But I took the same action in the right state and got the result that I wanted. So this shows you that whatever action you take doesn't matter. So you could do the same action from the state of having what you want, from the state of being worthy and good enough of your desire, and have a positive result from that. I want you to take your focus off whether the action is right or not, and focus on what the result of that action was and what state it was coming from. So when you do take action, and you will get used to this with practice, because sometimes we think we're in the right state, but we're not. And when we don't get the results we want, it's quite disappointing. But when you can really think back of, what state was I really in, and be super honest with yourself, be super honest saying, yeah, I sent that message because I wanted him to tell me this, that, and the other, and it hasn't happened. And I feel disappointed now. That's fine. You haven't ruined anything. Move on from it. Work on your state, work on your confidence, work on your own security, and try again. Try again and see how the results of your actions change. Because the consequences of an action are only ever driven from the state you were in when you did them. And your state can change. I want people to stop feeling terrified of taking action, or stop feeling confused about what action to take. Because what this does is it causes you to not take action at all. It freezes you. And in order to manifest what you want, you do need to take steps towards it. You do need to be a cooperative component towards it. There is a certain degree of vulnerability that is required to manifest. Otherwise, you wouldn't grow. You wouldn't learn. We learn from mistakes. We learn from taking action from the wrong state. And you think, okay, the next time I take that action, I'm really going to focus on what state I'm in before I do it. And simple, end of. It's not ruined anything. You've not delayed anything. You've just done it from the wrong state. And that's okay. We do things from the wrong state all the time. We get undesirable results all the time. It doesn't matter. Doesn't mean that you can't take that action from a different state and get a different reaction. To use an example again of the text messages, I was sending them from neediness and desperation. If I was sending them from a state of feeling ignored, I wouldn't have got a response at all, because the outcome had to reflect the state that I was in at the time. But when I've sent the same thing in a state of confidence, security, and really embodying who I am when I have what I want, the results were miles apart. The results were night and day. The answer isn't to never take any action. You want to take action. You want to go after what you want. You want the ball to feel in your court and for you to feel in control. And when you do feel in control, you can take action. So if you're in a no contact situation right now, if there is a little voice inside of you that's pushing you or inspiring you to text them, think, okay, it's fine, I can text them, but let's see how I'm feeling right now. Why do I need this text? Am I texting them so that I get a response, so that I feel good enough, so that I feel significant? Or am I just texting them because I want to text them and that I don't really care about what the result is? So along the manifesting journey, if you found yourself resisting a particular action, ask yourself why you're resisting it. Are you afraid of the result? Are you afraid that it's not going to give you what you want? Because when you can move past that fear of taking action and get out of freeze mode, and when you can control your state of being and see the results that you want come from that, you are going to feel a lot more confident. You are going to feel confident about taking action towards what you want. Because if you are freezing and doing nothing because you're afraid that it's going to be the wrong action, even when you are in the right state, you are still not going to take action. And as part of the manifestation, that might well be a requirement. You might be required to make yourself vulnerable from time to time. You might feel required to text them. You might feel required to move past that fear of rejection. So don't worry about the action that you've taken. Don't worry about the results that you get from it. Just focus on you and focus on your state and taking action from that state. So I hope you found this video helpful. I do have a new self-study course that is on my website right now. I'll put the link in the description box below, but I will see you in the next video.